You, Alex.
Glen Kamara.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say him.
Glen
Yeah, I
Kamara,
knew you were
most
gonna
underrated
Yeah.
guy ever. Like, ask anyone that was at Arsenal, bro.
Probably these are. My question came from him.
Is it?
Probably,
nah,
yeah.
Bro. Most underrated. You can ask anyone. They can vouch.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know when he was on loan and I used to speak to people that
Colchester.
Colchester, for example, and Southend.
Southend.
And they were saying that he used to do things in training that no one could
Bro,
ever even imagine doing, but they just never gave him the credit, or never gave him the recognition.
Football's a weird sport, isn't
weird.
it? Because you could be at that level of killing it. Now we're gonna get into the football edition of questions. Start with Tomi first. Who's the most underrated player you played with, you say? Someone who didn't get the recognition that you think they should deserve.
When I was at Stoke, there was a player called Peter Macrelos.
Okay.
I don't know if you might not know him.
Maybe.
So he was when I first went there, he was my age,
Mm.
and he was playing the year below because it was just a bit of politics. He didn't sign a contract that they wanted him to sign. Like, he wanted to sign 1 year, they offered him 2 years. That old nonsense.
Yeah.
So he was playing down, and I just want to say, as he was playing a year down just to
Oh.
mess with him, but he obviously just kept it calm, played, trained hard, and it was so funny because it came at a time when I came to Stoke, they just started playing him back with our age group, and he is the reason I got signed. Like, he's what, like, even to this day, I think he's playing in Greece at the moment, but he stopped. I think he stopped playing football for a bit, then he started again. He's playing in I'm pretty sure he's playing in the first division in Greece. But he was honestly, technically came from Barcelona,
Okay.
signed for Stoke. One of the best,
That's
technically.
a mismatch,
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that's mad.
He was so technically gifted, like just nutmegging people in midfield. He used to do things. It's like for example, like when I play with Alex in Mornies, for example, like just little things Alex does, like he would do it like in 11 aside. So when I'd get the ball, like everyone's
make a run.
No, everyone's running and he's just standing still.
Oh, yeah.
So you just give him the ball and then you just run.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
what
run
I mean,
anywhere.
Yeah. You just make it run your
and then
flank.
he just put it in, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
running in 1v1, and I'm just thinking, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then he just made it it was so easy to play with him. Like, he was playing in centre midfield. Every single time the ball could get slung at me, and he'd be within 5 yards at me. So even if my touch is bad, it's almost like a good touch, a good pass to him. Like, he'd just be in the right positions every time. So it's just a shame that I didn't get to play with him more. But he is
Most
definitely,
underrated.
100% most underrated player.
What about you, Alex?
Glen Kamara.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say him.
Glen
Yeah, I knew you
Kamara,
were gonna
most
say him.
underrated guy ever. Like, ask anyone that was at Arsenal, bro.
Probably these are. My question came from him.
Is it?
Probably,
nah,
yeah.
bro. Most underrated. You can ask anyone. They
Yeah.
can vouch.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know when he was on loan and I used to speak to people that
Colchester.
Colchester, for example, and Southend.
Southend.
And they were saying that he used to do things in training that no one could
Bro,
ever even imagine doing, but they just never gave him the credit, or never gave him the recognition. And
Football's a weird sport, isn't
weird.
it? Because you could be at that level of killing it, but you know, I think it's just sometimes it's the wrong people looking after you. Like, you know, maybe the wrong manager at the wrong time. You know, but it's good to see that he's doing well.
No, it's
isn't
good.
it?
No, he deserves it. Most underrated by far.
it was funny. A funny story about Glenn. Yeah, I remember when we played you man at the Britannia, and these times me and Glenn, like, we knew of each other, but we were not really friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just knew, like, we kind of knew each other. We were both on the bench. So we were warming up, like, just jogging on the side, and Glenn was just screwing me. Like, we're screwing each other as we're warming up, like. But I was thinking, like, I think I screwed me. But then we just kept screwing each other. So, like, I ran that way and he ran that way, and we're screwing each
You're
other.
not childish, man.
They went to the ends, and then you're running back. We're screwing each other again.
You're not childish, man.
And then,
Just say hi, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was
Yeah.
thinking, like, obviously, like, we're both, like, young, just, you know.
Nah,
Yeah.
but Glenn's mad cheeky.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cheeky. But then turned out that
West London, boy, innit?
Yeah. It turned out we both had the same agent. So there was a time when
Yeah.
we both were together, and we're just like,
Screwing each other
yeah,
again.
we started talking, and then Glenn's one of the few. He's like even as a friend, like, he's one of the people that I don't even get to speak to as much as a lot of my friends because obviously where he lives and he's always busy, whatever. But he's just a great guy, man. Just a great guy, man. He's a great guy, isn't it?
Here at 3258, we're proud to present you with the best football-specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting 3258. Okay, so next question. Where's the stadium that surprised you the most? Where, you hear about stadiums like Old Trafford or, Barcelona, Nou Camp, you're like, yeah, the biggest stadiums in the world. But the stadium that you were most shocked by, where you was like, raw, I didn't know that you're going to get this kind of atmosphere, or maybe the pitch is close, the fans are close to the pitch or something like that.
I'll say Emirates because that's an easy one, because like when we played against Arsenal 23s at the Emirates, obviously I knew Emirates was a fairly new stadium, it was a wicked stadium. But when I walked in there, it felt like, when I walked onto the pitch, it didn't feel like a football stadium, it felt like a theatre. Like, it just felt like this is where they're going to start playing opera.
Yeah,
and that. Man, it just didn't look like a football game where people are going to be shouting is about to happen on this pitch. Like, I just felt like
poetic.
But that's a very easy one. But like a strange one was St James's Park, because obviously I knew that was a massive stadium and whatever. But then when I walked onto the pitch, so we walked down to the far end, like I was just like walking on the pitch, and I turned around, and that's where obviously the big stand is. I was just looking up,
big,
and I was just looking up and up and up, and then I started to get nervous, like thinking, man, I don't think I'm cut out for this, this is a bit scary. But like that was just I knew the stadium was big, but that stand was just, I don't know, when you see a stand and you just think, you just get goosebumps thinking that this is it's a bit weird. But yeah, definitely.
What about you?
Not played in, but been in Borussia Dortmund. Their fans are crazy. This is because obviously we had the privilege of playing next gen. So we played against the under 19s at the time. And I think this is when Hector was actually breaking through.
I remember.
So like the fans, the way they are, like, you know how they turn away and they start jumping
up.
I think that's the first time I ever saw it. It was mad.
It's normal in Germany though.
It's normal, but for the first time we seen it, I was like, wow, like this is mad. Like, that was crazy.
Okay, so who's the coach you say you've had in your careers that means the most to you?
John Perkins, rest his soul. He died a few years ago. He gave me my professional contract when I was at Stoke, and he was at the game when I played the first game against Everton and had a stinker, and he was there, and he still said, look, like, forget about that game, like, I see a player in you, like, I'm gonna work with you. And just every day in training, like, he was just very hands-on with me, very, like, he wanted me to do well. And I don't want to say if it wasn't for him I wouldn't have signed, but he was a massive part in me signing for Stoke. Like, if he wasn't there, like, I wouldn't have felt so comfortable to sign. So like, I thank him and I thank God for everything that he done for me, and obviously God rest his soul.
Rest in peace, man. What about you?
He's the most will probably be when I was playing for Ripaway, man, local team. Like, still like part of the family now. His name's Steve McKenzie.
Okay.
Probably means the most to me out of everyone. Even though obviously I've had Arsene Wenger gave me my debut, I worked with him a lot. But I'll say coach that means the most to me, part of the family, Steve McKenzie. 100%.
Well, was it just you brought through, or?
Nah, he brought me and Tuba through.
And there was one guy, I can't remember his name now. One other guy, I don't know if he's still playing football.
Okay.
But me and Tuba, definitely means the most to me.
Fair enough. What's a thing that many people from the outside, not in the football game, you would say get delusioned with? What is a misconception they have about maybe footballers, or maybe just football in general? So for me, it's always, I see people saying a Premier League player is rubbish, I can understand from the outside point of view as well, but I never understand when a footballer says that, because like, if you're not at that level, to be at that level, I think you need to be a good player. Yeah,
it's very easy to get that misunderstood, and like a lot of, especially the higher you go up, a lot of things that are like people just see on a Saturday, turn up on a Saturday, they come and watch you on a Saturday. Oh, he played bad. Oh, he's a bad player, but they don't see what gets put in every day from the training, the diet, the preps, the stats, everything that you have to put in to know about the other team, formations. Just there's so much that you have to learn and be able to be adaptable, like on the pitch in terms of formations, playing different formations, playing different ways. Like I'm sure you play for. The way Arsene Wenger was very different to the way Ancelotti is in terms of. That's what I'm saying. Every manager is different, so being able to adapt and play under a certain manager, then play for another manager. People just see you turn up on a Saturday. Oh, he played bad. Like he's a bad player. Like there's so much that goes into it. Like even people behind the scenes, a lot of people don't give them enough credit for them. Even like the media team, the people that record games and go out and watch other teams and see how they play, feed things back. There's so much that goes into football, and people just see, all they actually see is a few clips on Instagram of training and on Twitter and whatever, and then just turn up on a Saturday, and that is what they see, and that's what. But then that's all they can go off. But if you break it down and understand what goes into the everyday life of playing football, I'm sure a lot of people that say this person's rubbish, this person's good, our football is easy, they wouldn't last 3 days. I don't think they last 3 days.
Depends who's saying their opinion, bro.
Yeah, literally.
No, football's very opinionated. That's not everything though. Like, for me, I say if you're in the Premier League, you're there for a reason, because Premier League is one of the best leagues, probably the best league.
You've shown you're good enough in the past to get to that stage.
There. So, but obviously, it's very opinionated. Some people are just not as lucky to get the opportunity to play there. So
it
just depends on your opinion. For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe.